This particular piece of latest news does answer a lot of questions, particularly, of course, when it surrounds the, well, some might say, very, how can I put this nicely, disaster diva Duchess that is, of course, Meghan Markle. Let me explain. Hi, nice to see you. You're all right today. Thank you so much as ever for your time. Nice to have your company, whatever you're doing. And I'm glad you enjoyed our video, my video, should I say, on the Royal Blend tea. I had no idea until I was talking to the historian of that particular store how it came around. And I think I mentioned it in the video. If you haven't seen it, by the way, as ever, all free, nothing to pay, all that sort of stuff. Just go and have a watch, because what I found fascinating was I had no idea that that actually existed, and I'd had that tea before and thought, this is a really nice, you know, the sort of thing you think, if I could afford these tea bags on a regular basis, I would definitely drink it, you know, the sort of thing. I had no idea it had such a good royal connection. You can see now why that store has lasted so well, of course, the beautiful inside Fortnum and Mason's. A lot of old world service, you know, if you like how you're being served, you might like that store because it has remnants of people like that still serving on in certain floors. You know what I'm talking about. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. When you think about it, Meghan Markle, as I've often said here on the show, has been given wonderful choice cuts of, you know, opportunity. That also, when you think about it, she should have been able to lap up, make a huge success of. Others would have done the same thing. You know, recently there's been a backlash against certain celebrity authors. And, you know, I have a lot of sympathy for genuine authors on that level, because, you know, they put a lot of work in, do a lot of research, be creative, that sort of stuff. A celebrity author half the time just dictates a plot outline to somebody, and then a ghostwriter puts it all together. And then they sell it on their name, getting a huge percentage. They've not created anything at all. Now, this problem, of course, was first labelled after the former royal known as Meghan Markle way back when she released, some might say, a children's book. But as I've often said, I have no idea who it's aimed at, you know. But what we do know is she managed to get her Meghan, Duchess of Sussex title embossed on the side of the sleeve. And, you know, she had untold free publicity. I also pointed out that I thought the illustrations were marvellous. You know, I thought that was the best bit of the book. Didn't understand a jot about the actual story. But what's interesting and what's been very quietly put under wraps is this, that Penguin Random House, of course, did that book in advance. And remember, she insisted her book came out before Harry's, right? So that she could get that glory, but it didn't do well. Over here, in the period to date, it sold less than 8,000 copies. That's a phenomenal low sale when you consider the free PR that that book got. But did you know that apparently there was going to be 3 books from Meghan and 2 more based on a similar sort of idea of the bench? Now, according to a very well-placed source who's recently been let go from Penguin Random House, but knows exactly the workings inside that particular company, they told me, and as ever we have to say allegedly, that the idea really was just quietly dropped due to the fact that it became such a flop. Yes, you know, you can say New York Times bestseller and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't matter. It didn't sell enough to make a profit and to garner the effort of the advance that would be required. So also, as you can understand now, when you think about it in this light, Prince Harry also had a 4-book deal. So far, we've only seen 1. And according to that source, Harry believed that the paperback would merit 2. So now he's only got 2 books to make. Either way, it looks like the crumbling, whatever you want to call it, surrounding the deal now with Penguin Random House looks set to go the same way as many other things. Can they ever get anything right? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.